Yo, what's good, everybody? Welcome back to L Does Boxing. We're back again with another weekend recap and some news and notes for you guys. You know what I'm saying? I want to salute everybody coming through the building. Make sure you guys hit that like button and subscribe. Feel free to drop your comments. Salute to the playback as well. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate you guys. You know what I'm saying? We're going to get straight to it. Let me see what we got in the building. Let's be real. What's good with you, bro? I see you. Salute to you. Appreciate you coming through. My man, Martha Prince. What's good with you, bro? Salute to you. Appreciate you as always. All right, we'll get straight to it. This is a recap of this past weekend fight. So we know it wasn't a big fight weekend. We know we got the Super Bowl coming up today, so they normally don't do a crazy fight week. So here we go. Right here, we're gonna recap. It's an Andrew Kane bogus for those. Yeah, he crazy as hell for that. I got something on that, but yeah, that karma is crazy in boxing. That should always seem to come back. You know what I'm saying? So we'll see. And what was it? Thursday, we had this card from Canada. We had the main event actually fell out. Abba Ramirez got appendicitis. He knows that he had appendicitis. Well, he was diagnosed with that fight week. So of course, you can't fight with that. That would have been crazy. So they had to postpone that fight with LaRon Richards. So we had Mamet Yanal. He had a highlight reel knockout in the ninth round, but he was struggling. He was getting touched up in that fight. The kid he was fighting, look, the dude got hurt after the fight, you know what I'm saying? So prayers up to him. But it looked like he's in good condition. He was able to fly home, but that was a bad knockout. You know what I'm saying? That one, those one of the knockouts where you'll forget about later in the year when you're trying to do your knockout of the year. But that was a crazy knockout for sure. So he's in the top 15 in the WBC at light heavyweight. So let's see what that move can do for him. But he get touched up too much. If this guy was to face a tougher competition or one of those young up and coming guys, he'll have some issues. He get hit too much. Dimitri Asanu, he had I think it was a fourth round stoppage win over Carlos Ramos. Short notice. Asanu is number 4 in the WBC at lightweight. So that's a good move. That belt is vacant at lightweight, so we're not sure what the WBC going to do. I can see so many scenarios the WBC can do to put somebody as the mandatory, put somebody in that vacant title fight, but we don't know. But at least this win can keep Asanu at least in the mix for future WBC mandatory if that's the route he want to go. So that's what it was. Thomas Shabbat got a comeback win. You know what I'm saying? Nothing too crazy. So yeah, that was in Canada. I had the Tiger Promotions, punchandgrace.com if you guys missed it. All right, let me see. Got some more people in the building. Salute to everybody coming through. Pope Pounder, what's good with you, bro? Salute. Hakan in the building. Salute. What's good with y'all? I appreciate y'all coming through for sure. All right, so we got this card right here, Matchroom Boxing, Mexico. Christian Medina made his first title defense against former champion Adrian Curiel. I was interested in this fight because the winner is basically in line to fight Bam Rodriguez sometime this year, depending on when Bam gonna move up. You know what I'm saying? So it was a solid fight, but Medina was too big and too strong. I thought he dominated the fight. The scores was kind of close, like 115, 113. I thought it was more wilder than that for Medina. I thought he actually won like maybe 8 or 9 rounds, to be honest. But I mean, he keeps the WBO title. That division is kind of wide open since John 2 left, so it's an opportunities for some unifications for him. Definitely he in position for a big fight with Bam. He just signed with Matchroom later this year, so that's some good stuff, man. Salute to Christian Medina. He has an opportunity. It's a big domino effect for him because we gotta see what Bam gonna do. If Bam don't get the undisputed fight, I think he'll go straight to 118, and this will be his opponent, Christian Medina. He's a alright fighter too. He got 4 losses, but you got to give him respect. Excuse me. You got to give Medina respect because he went to Japan and took out the champion Teke. That was a big win by him. So if he don't get Bam first, then he can unify. You know what I'm saying? And then if Bam comes straight up, of course you get a big fight with him. So he's in a good position, yo. Salute to him. I'm the LD. What's good with you, bro? Salute to you. Appreciate you coming through. I know Suarez got a win. Uh what's the kid? Cordero. That was the fighter that what's my man's name? I forget his name, but dude got disqualified against him last fight. So yeah, shit was crazy. But yeah, that was a good win by Christian Medina. Queensbury yesterday. So we had a bunch of prospects on the card, but a lot of these guys got wins. It was kind of easy money. A couple of those prospects got tested, but for the most part, everybody got knockout. You know what I'm saying? Um, the kid, hold on, let me see. There's one fight I saw last night. It was crazy. Uh, what's the dude's name? Swallow. Swallow got a win over Patty Lacey. Patty Lacey was an undefeated prospect, and he lost to like a journeyman. You know what I'm saying? That was crazy. Stephen Clark had a tough fight. He ended up stopping the guy late in the fight, but it was a tough fight. And then all the other young guys got knockout victories. Luke Turner, the Brishaw kid, Ishak got a stoppage win. What's the other kid? Botswana. Those up and coming strong young fighters. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that was some good stuff right there. Brad Strand got a win. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I like Jack Turner. He's probably one of the best up and coming prospects in the UK, and they're trying to put him towards a world title shot sometime down the line. But you know, overall, it was a solid card. Nick Ball and Brandon Figueroa. I mean, this shit is fresh on our minds. We had Andrew Kane versus Gonzalez. I mean, honestly, it really wasn't much to talk about in this fight. For real, it was kind of like I thought Gonzalez was all boxing Kane. You know what I'm saying? He was all boxing dude and doing real well. And then shit got explosive late in the fight. Gonzalez, he dropped Kane twice in that round, right before the last round, right? He dropped him twice to a body. The first look, see, this is where like I kind of criticize the UK referees because you had a strong case for Andrew Kane getting stopped after that first knockdown to the body. He was bending over, he couldn't stand up straight, and the referee gave him a little bit extra cushion. You know what I'm saying? Then he got dropped again right after that. To his credit, you know what I'm saying, he made it out. He made it out of the round, and to his credit, in the next round, in the ninth round, he came back and he hurt Gonzalez and dropped him. Looked like he hurt him with I forgot what it was, a jab, I think. Can't remember, but he hurt him and he dropped him. And it looked like one of those. Looked like he got caught up. Their feet got tangled up. But when you look at the replay, it was a legit knockdown. And then he finished him. But I felt like the finish of the fight was kind of bogus to me because my man was up. Gonzalez was up. And he kind of like walked away, but he wasn't like out on his feet stumbling. He just was walking to the corner. Actually, he's walking to the neutral corner, and then the referee stopped it. To me, that was I didn't like that stoppage. I mean, I get it, dude was hurt. He didn't argue it, and plus he had cut his eye after that. You know what I'm saying? Doing that. No, it was a right hand. Andrew Kane landed a right hand to cut his eye, and you know what I'm saying, hurt him real bad. But I thought he was hurt, but I didn't think he couldn't continue. And in a fight like that, I feel like this give the fighters a benefit of a doubt. You know what I'm saying? I get it, you gotta protect the fighters and get it. It's a fine line, but I felt like he gave a lot of leeway to Andrew Kane with that first body shot knockdown when he was bending over. He like he wanted to quit, and he kind of like, yo, you good? Yeah, it's that type shit. But with this one, and this probably was a language barrier. Gonzalez speaks Spanish, so I'm pretty sure he. You know what I'm saying? You gotta at least make yourself. Cause that's just my opinion. You know what I'm saying? But they stopped the fight, so that shit it was exciting. The last two rounds, eighth and ninth. So I mean, salute to Kane from coming back from that. You know what I'm saying? Because he like he was gonna get up out of there. But I salute that part. What he did later on in the night, you know what I'm saying, in the after Figueroa stopped Nick Ball, that shit was crazy. And like I mentioned earlier, that shit gonna come back to him. that shit gonna come back. I like that twin. They opened up the card. Wish I could have seen his brother in the prelims. I picked Figueroa to win. Salute to you. Y'all smash the like button. Yes, sir. I appreciate it. Hit that like button. Those ref buying time with that home cooking. Yep, for sure. Yeah, well, yeah, 100% on that. So this was a WBC eliminator for Andrew Kane. Let's see what the board gonna do to him after what he did after the fight against Ball versus Figueroa. So I said people get suspended for less. So we'll see. Main event: Nick Ball, Brandon Figueroa. So coming to the fight, I felt like Figueroa was he lost a step or two. And this is based off his last two fights. So I'm just going off what he showed me. You know what I'm saying? I thought Joet edged it out against him. I thought Fulton beat him easy. He had the wrong game plan in that fight. You know what I'm saying? Fulton beat him easy in the rematch. So I felt like he was 0-2 in 2025. Nick Ball, he's coming to the fight, you know, not really getting a lot of respect since he became champion because he's been bringing guys up from 122 to fight him. His first title defense was against what's his name? Let me get that dude's name. Ronnie Rios. Ronnie Rios. Then he fought TJ Doheny. Then he brought up Sam Goodman. I actually thought Sam Goodman may have edged that fight out. It was a real close competitive fight. So coming to this fight, this was considered Nick Ball's toughest opponent, and it proved to be that in the fight. I thought it was some good action, good competitive rounds. You know what I'm saying? I thought the first couple of rounds of the fight was kind of evenish. I thought Figueroa started to take control of the fight, and I thought he was up at the time of the stoppage, but I also thought his work rate was kind of getting to Nick Ball. He was able to push Nick Ball back, and he was working. A lot of those punches was kind of like arm punches, and it looked like he didn't have no effect on it. But he was landing some good body shots, and I thought he was able to kind of take away the play from Nick Ball. When he'll do something real nice, then Figueroa would come back. But Ball had some good moments too. He landed some nice uppercuts in that fight. And that's like a no-no when you're a tall fighter getting hit with uppercuts. Also, Ball had a nice, strong jab. He always got a good jab, but it was on display in this fight right here. I thought it was pretty close down the stretch. I thought it was pretty close down the stretch. I got my scorecard, but I was scoring it on Twitter live. But pretty much, I had a close fight. I had Brandon up going to the 12th round. And what a 12th round that was. That dude, as soon as the round started, he landed a counter left hand. It was like he was throwing that shit in the fight, but it won't really having no effect. But he kind of like he did like a no look left hand over the top that hurt Nick Ball and had him up out of there. And he got up and he got finished after that. So that was a great win by Brandon Figueroa. You know what I'm saying? Because nobody's like putting them down or nothing. We just going off what we see. You know what I'm saying? And he came back from those two performances in 2025 and had a great one in 26. Um, that right there is gonna stand up. That might get some credit for like knockout of the year or definitely uh like a trainer of the year, upset that type of shit. So salute to Brandon Figueroa though. Look, yo, that's a win that can resurrect your career and definitely get you in another bag. You know what I'm saying? In a hot featherweight division, we know we got we got Shushu Carrington who just won the WBC title. We got Espinoza WBO. He might be flirting with going up to 130. Uh, we have Angelo Leo, you know what I'm saying, IBF champion. So we got four good, solid champions. And like I mentioned before on my show, I would like to see an undisputed unification with these four fighters. Maybe it can't happen with Espinoza and Figueroa since they got the same trainer, Manny Robles, but they can work something out just for the sake of the boxing fans. But it don't matter who fight each other. It can be Figure versus the other champions or vice versa. They all should fight. So big win. Nick Ball, let's see. He can come back. Frank Warren will get him back on the mark. Was it the weight cut? Was he too comfortable at 126, or is he too comfortable facing those opponents? Because some of those opponents, they wasn't the best opponents. TJ Doheny was coming off a knockout loss to anyway, and he got the world title shot at the next weight class. You know what I'm saying? Ronnie Rios, he was basically in retirement, had one fight with Pro Box and got a world title. Like, that's not the best, and he was moving up in weight. So maybe he got a little bit complacent, you know what I'm saying, fighting that level of opposition. But nevertheless, it was a good fight, and it was a great knockout. So salute to B Figgy for sure. Let me see. Let me get back in the chat. The UK rep seems to be A-side politics for Queensberry. Remember last year, Adelaide. Yeah, I remember that. Adelaide versus TKV. I forgot who Rafferty fought, but yeah, I remember Adelaide's for sure. Yeah, that's how it be. PJ's big dog. What's good with you, bro? That body work. No, for sure. The body work was important for both guys. You're right. And it's crazy. They on the same team, Ball and Kane. Yep. But you know what I'm saying? If that a fighter was like another fighter was like that, bending down and ready to, you know what I'm saying, bend over like Kane was, that ref would have stopped that fight. If that was Gonzalez, he would have stopped it. But Gonzalez was walking to the neutral corner and he stopped it. So shit's weird. He said dope card altogether. Yeah, it was solid. It was fun card. I like Queensberry too. They be doing their thing. Salute to Fig Espinoza would be a fire fight. Yeah, that would be a good ass fight. A number of good fights won't materialize due to, yeah, that's true. But Figure versus Shushu is good. Figure versus Leo is good. Those are just as good. So that's what I'm saying. In that type of division, we just need some type of unifications with the top guys. You know what I'm saying? Maybe it's a stretch asking for undisputed, but it shouldn't be a stretch again. At least a unification. You know what I'm saying? The judges did too. Oh yeah, I got the scorecards too. Here's the scorecards right here for you guys to check it out. They had B Figgy up in two of the three scorecards, which was, you know what I'm saying? I'm on line with that. You know? I'm on line with that. I think those are the right scores. Now 107 to 102 for Nick Ball. I think that's crazy. I thought Figure was winning for sure. The KO was firing out for sure, yo. It was. Figure definitely back to getting that bag with that W out for sure. That's a good thing. Let's get it. I know Turkey. Yeah, okay, there you go. Definitely big for Fig. Turk dropped a statement requesting react season. Yo, dope. You know what I'm saying? Rafferty was getting pieced up by Court. Is that the Southpaw kid? He kind of like, yeah, I remember that fight. Yeah, Corey O'Regan. He looked like he was like two or three weight classes below Rafferty that fight. Like Rafferty looked big and strong against that kid. Okay, I remember now. So yeah, take a look at these cards, man. Man, actually, shoot, this fight, the way they scored it, 06, 03, was like that was around my scorecard. It was a couple of swing rounds in there I had. I thought 3 was a swing round, and there was another one later on. I can't remember. But yeah, that's about right. 106, 103. That's about right. But 07, 02 for Nick Ball, it's crazy. And those 10-10 rounds, I don't see none. That 10-10 rounds, that's gonna come back up later on the show. We're gonna talk about it. Yes, the strong kid with a ponytail. Okay, yeah. Okay. I appreciate that refresher. Yes, sir. So yeah, I'm okay with the way. I'm okay with the scores. Now it came out post fight that Team Ball was on some other shit. Like they had their hands already wrapped. You know what I'm saying? You know, the other team is supposed to inspect that and watch the hands get wrapped. Manny Robles said he didn't even get a chance to see that. They was late to the weigh-in, all types of shit going on. So I guess it was some home cooking, for Nick Ball in Liverpool, but it turned out to be, a disaster for him. So hopefully he can come back though. You know what I'm saying? I'm not sure if he stays at 26 or go up to 130. He's going to be at a disadvantage at the high weight classes because these guys are bigger, stronger, and they, what I'm saying, it's going to be tougher. You know what I'm saying? Him moving up. So we'll see. Uncle Frank got him covered though, for sure. All right. News and notes. Just some random stuff, what I'm saying, no particular order. So whatever comes up that's next, that's what we're going to talk about. So feel free to drop your comments. If you guys got to change the subject, it's all good. It's not going to hurt me or affect me. Look, it's funny when people say, bro, I want me to change the subject, yo, but it's okay for me because you're not gonna throw me off my square. It's boxing at the end of the day. I know a lot of content creators, they talk about one subject and then we start talking about something else and throw them off because they hell bent on this subject. But me, not me, because I want to be universal with my shit. You know what I'm saying? Be more versatile with my content and my knowledge. So feel free, change the subject. Shit, if you don't like what I'm talking about, switch it up. Maybe we can talk about something else. It's all good. We're gonna keep it pushing though. All right, this is the fight we need right here. You know what I'm saying? The rematch should happen, no question about it. Now, I agree with Billy getting elevated to full WBC champion. He was the interim, so that makes sense. But what also makes even more sense is to run this fade back. The first fight they had in September on the Canelo Crawford undercard was basically fight of the year. Great ass fight. Those dudes was stumping both ways. It could have went either way. I'm not even mad at a draw. You know what I'm saying? But what I would be mad at if they don't order this fight. You know what I'm saying? Because it makes too much sense. And Billy is a strong powerhouse. From He fights out of Canada. He from Cameroon. He speaks French. So he got like 3 countries behind him basically. Les Martinez is from Guatemala. Guatemala. He's with Team Crawford. You know what I'm saying? Big, strong, 168 pounder. Run that back. Les Martinez petition to the WBC to get that rematch. Man, let's go. You know what I'm saying? It's not for the interim title shot. It's for the world, the real title now. You know what I'm saying? Since Crawford retired, vacated his titles. Well, he got stripped of the WBC. And they ordered Billy to face Shiraz. Shiraz chose to go down the WBO route. This should have been a natural fight right here because the winner of Shiraz and Billy at the WBC convention was supposed to fight Les Martinez. So Shiraz is out. What are we waiting for? They should order this fight. It's a no-brainer. It's gonna be a bomb-ass fight again, and let's see. Let's see what they do. But WBC, they do their own thing. Frank Warren on some syndicate shit. He said, "Is Tucker Hernandez fight official? If so, Jihad got some of the toughest matchmaking in the game. Yeah, he do got some of the toughest matchmaking in the game. To answer your question, I don't think it's done. I think that's the fight that they looking at they're looking at to make because Top Rank is working with PBC on this one. They're working with them to get Torres and Sanchez on that card. So it seems logical. I'm not sure if it's done though, but it's out there. Might be not done over some money, so we'll see. But I mean, Yo-Yo is the favorite in that fight, but I can't underestimate the toughness of Jihad Tucker. I can't underestimate what you said, having the toughest matchmaking in the game at this stage of his career. He got tougher matchmaking than a lot of these champions, bro. For real. So, shoot, probably at 160. Think about the champions at once. Throw in Janabek. Jihad Tucker arguably had tougher competition than Janabek. He unified champion with PEDs. You feel me? So I mean, you say step on. Maybe he could. You know what I'm saying? But I'm gonna say this: Tucker's tough as hell. he gonna bring that shit. So I'm with it. Hopefully it get done, bro. That's a good fight for real. All right, man. if this fight happen right here, bro, this gonna be, man, fireworks. So Worley is looking to come back in April, May, and defend his WBO title, first defense, and looking like it's gonna be Daniel Dubois. Woo, that's a good one. That's fireworks. Dubois is coming off a knockout loss to Usyk in the rematch. Changed trainers and went back to Don Charles and changed management, and they want to roll the dice. I'm not mad at it. You know what I'm saying? This right here will be whoo, because you know how Worley coming, and you know how Dubois coming. Both of them are trying to sleep shit. Um, you know, Worley is just he's so fun to watch. You know what I'm saying? He makes so many mistakes, but he know how to clean that up with just one shot. And he tough as hell. The more you touch him, it's like the madder he get, and he start putting more power on his shots. Dubois is a good combination puncher, knockout artist. He did the AJ. He basically knocked out everybody he beat, and but he got a lot of vulnerabilities though. You know what I'm saying? Both of them do, but Woolley never been down. With all his vulnerabilities, he never been down. He came through some tough moments last year. I thought he was losing both of the fights that he won last year before he came back and knocked the dudes out, Justice Huni and then Joseph Parker. Two big wins for him, and he's been on a high trajectory. Usyk didn't want to fight him, so it is what it is. But I would take this fight. Woo, this should be a man. This can be a 3-round shootout. You know what I'm saying? 2-round shootout for real. Like both guys is in that'd be a tough fight and dangerous for both. That's a bad fight for Worley, especially his first title defense. Ooh, you don't like that fight. He said Worley is going to lose at some point. Too many holes in his defense. I ain't mad at that assessment for sure. Dubois got to get his mental right. Oh no, that's for real great observation because this dude was at a party. He was at a party before the Usyk fight, wasn't it? And he had to walk to the venue. Man, that shit's nasty. You know what I'm saying? Fight night, you should be relaxing off your feet, nothing too crazy. Yeah. But look, I know we got different takes on who will win and whatnot, but we can all agree on this shit would be fireworks. There's no way it can be anything else. You know what I'm saying? All right, let's keep it pushing. I see Mick Collins back. Mick Collins, look, this dude, I thought he was done for. But he had a couple of fights since, you know what I'm saying, since I thought he was retired. So he's going to come back against Wash March the 20th, so like the week of St. Patrick's Day, you know what I'm saying? And he's fighting in Belfast. This fight going to be on the zone. He's working with Misfits Pro. Misfits Pro been doing some good things as of late. So we'll see. Mick Collins back. I thought he was finished, but salute to him for continuing. Misfit Pro, they got a long-term deal with the Zone, and salute to them. 1 second. So that's just like a spawn from that YouTube boxing with KSI and all that shit. So they got a long-term deal with the Zone, and they got the Deontay Wilder and Derek Chisora fight April the 4th. So, yo, that's what's up. The first week of April for the UK, first 2 weeks are gonna be dope. Got some big events for the UK. Salute to them for that. They got Pat Brown. I know Pat Brown is a big event, but Pat Brown is back on the 3rd. The 4th we got Deontay, and I think Lauren Price is back. The 5th you got the MVP card with all women's we're gonna talk about. So yeah, that's what's up. Nina Miki is back. Like I said, this shit's out of order, so I'm jumping around too. So Nina Miki, the IBF champion at 126, she's back coming off a back injury. She's gonna face Vargas in her hometown defense in Germany. So it's an important fight. She's facing Diana Vargas. It's an important fight because Miki is like she's the other champion at featherweight. You have unified champion Amanda Serrano. They got history because that's the fight Amanda Serrano got like some grease in her eye or something when she got her hair braided, and she had to postpone the fight in Puerto Rico. So they got unfinished business. And then MVP just signed WBC champion Tierra Brown, so Tierra Brown can get that unification as well. But first things first, Miki is back, coming off an injury. Let's see how she look, and then she get in the mix and fight one of those champions on MVP for sure. All right. Speaking of, we was talking about UK judging and refereeing. So here's Bakram Mutazali, a former IBF champion. So he's protesting the scorecards against Josh Kelly. And I should have put that up here, but I'm with him on that. Now, I thought Josh Kelly won the fight, 114, 112. It was a good fight. Well, it was a good win and good strategy by Josh Kelly. I thought he was good. He was good that night. Won't like the craziest performance, but he dropped Bakram in the fourth with a jab. I thought his offense game was on point. He was basically running away with that fight until he got clipped in the ninth. He got dropped, and the fight got close. So I thought it was a good win coming from where Kelly came from. A lot of people was writing off Josh Kelly, was saying he didn't have no chance in hell to beat Bakram, and he proved a lot of people wrong. And salute to him for that. This is not his fault. Well, maybe I don't know. Y'all know these UK judges and these judges in general, they be on some other shit sometimes. And I'm about to put these scorecards up because we're gonna look at it real quick, and I'm gonna tell you why I think it's an actual solid. They might have a case. Now, will he win the petition to get an immediate rematch against Josh Kelly? I don't know. Maybe, maybe not. I'm gonna speak on my thoughts on that. But the way these scores came out, he has a case to at least petition. So we're gonna touch on that real quick. Salute to everybody in the building, though. Y'all bear with me. He said Tierra Brown needs the winner. Nah, I'm with that, bro. I'm with it because I'm not sure if she's gonna fight Amanda Serrano next, especially her first fight. I think her first fight she's just gonna get a welcome to MVP fight. But I don't think her and Amanda gonna fight because Amanda don't want to fight for the WBC because 3-minute rounds. But I'm with that. My bro Mike in the building was good with you. Josh Kelly need to fight Xander. I'm with that too. I'm with that. I'm with that fight. I'm with that. I take it. I take that. You know what I'm saying? 3-belt unification. Josh Kelly moving funny now. He don't want no parts of Boots. He signed a contract, right? They didn't never clear that up on is it an immediate fight or do he has to fight him in a certain time frame? They ain't never clear that up. So I'm kind of confused. They say he signed to fight Boots, but when? You know what I'm saying? And then Boots, this is before I get on these scorecards. To me, it don't make sense for Boots to fight Josh Kelly first. He's a WBA mandatory. Why don't he go and exercise his position to go fight the unified champion and get 2 belts? I thought 2 belts was better than one if his goal is to become undisputed. You know what I'm saying? He's the interim WBA champion. Gilberto Mendoza was in his fight, strapping him up against Lima. So that shit was important. I mean, it wasn't like he was fighting no crazy dude, right? He strapped him up against Lima. So maybe he's on board with pushing him to fight, pushing his mandatory position. I don't know. All right, look, let me show you these cards. Yo, this is from last week. Um, so Josh Kelly won by split decision, right? A majority decision. Yeah, majority decision. But here's the issue right here. I'm not mad at the score, actually. 115, 111. I can see that for Josh Kelly because he was in a nice little groove up until the 8th round. You know what I'm saying? And Bakram he didn't have no answer. So I'm not mad at those scores. 113, 113, a draw. I'm cool with that because Bakram had got back in the fight in the ninth and he kind of won. I thought he swept the rest of the rounds. The 12th was kind of iffy for me. But the issue comes right here, right? All these rounds that these judges scored, only one round was scored 10-10, and that was the 12th round. Why? You know what I'm saying? I think he should have to explain why. Now I know it's a close fight, and I get it. It may have been a 10-10 round, but it was some other close rounds in this fight. You know what I'm saying? Especially early, because Josh Kelly wasn't really doing too much. He'll just land a punch here and there, and then he'll get around. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of rounds where Bachman's pressure probably won the round alone because Josh Kelly wasn't doing nothing. No 10-10 rounds. But the 12th and final round, we get a 10-10 round. So to me, that's a cause for at least a petition. Now, whether they were winning or not, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I don't think they're gonna overturn it, but they can at least. That's why I can see happening, because this is something similar like this already happened in a recent time frame. If you guys remember, William Score versus Vladimir Shishkin, that was a contested, controversial decision win in the hometown. William Score, he got the decision victory, won the vacant IBF. So Team Shishkin petitioned, and they didn't get an immediate rematch, but they kept their mandatory position. It was like number 2. So when and then the IBF circled back and ordered a final eliminator, he kind of got the short end of the stick because he had to fight Iglesias, and Iglesias got him up out of there. So I can see them doing something like that, keeping Bachram in that kind of top position. I don't know if they're gonna order a rematch. And then look, this is Cataduva's last hope to stay relevant and keep some money flow going with her only champion, Baka Muzazaliev. You know, main events don't do no type of uh, boxing. They don't do no boxing shows. You know what I'm saying? They basically out the game. They obsolete. They hold on to one fighter. So I don't think they're gonna go down without a fight. So I think that's part of this too. That they like, you know what, we're just gonna petition and see what we can get. You know what I'm saying? But look, I thought Kelly won 114, 112. You know what I'm saying? I'm not mad at the draw as well. But when you do this 10-10 round and you ain't did a 10-10 round the whole fight, then you know, people, you open up the door for this shit to get petitioned. So, you know what I'm saying? I understand it. So that's what it is. All right, moving on. Salida Promotions got upcoming card coming up in March in Puerto Rico. So they've been tapped into the Puerto Rican market as of late. They have a card coming up on the 10th, February the 10th. It's going to be in Detroit with Joshua Pagan, who is a Puerto Rican fighter. He normally fights headline shows in Puerto Rico for Salida. So they're just tapping in. This is Phyllis Perelia, undefeated prospect. And then you got Isael Cotto. So yeah, y'all tap in. You know, we watch boxing on all types of levels. March the 19th. We'll have more on that as we get closer. All right, unified champion at 108 pounds. Rene Santiago. He's the WBO and WBA unified champion. He got a good fight coming up April the 3rd against Taniguchi. Taniguchi, the former world champion, fun fighter. This is gonna be a good fight. Santiago going back to Japan. He went there twice last year, got 2 wins, won the world title, then went back and unified. So he's, you know what I'm saying? He over there doing some work over there in Japan. He a Puerto Rican fighter. Puerto Rico got what, 3 unified champions? Santiago, Xander Zayas, and Amanda Serrano. That's interesting, right? That's some dope ass shit. So let's see. You know what I'm saying? It's big fights for him. If he can get past Taniguchi, who is a strong puncher, is an action packed fighter. So I'm looking forward to that one. So here's a local show, Southern California. We got my man Terry Washington. He fights at 108 pounds. Tall, lanky guy with some power. You know what I'm saying? He kind of got like that hairstyle. My man Reggie off of Nutty Professor kind of got that hairstyle with the dreads at the top and shit like that. But the kid can fight, can box, young. So he's with this is DMG Boxing. They're a fairly new promotion company, and they've been helping out Top Rank by putting on a lot of their young prospects on their cards, their local cards. So they got a card coming up, man. I think it's gonna be like on Swerve TV or some shit. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, had to put that out there. You know, I like to cover stuff ain't nobody else talking about. So Y'all already know. And we be watching all the fights, so that's right up my alley. I like the way MVP pushing that Dubois Harper fight. Man, that's a nice segue because we're gonna talk about MVP and Sky Sports working on a long term deal. They're bringing women's boxing back to Sky Sports. They gonna keep Sky Sports in the boxing business. They kind of got out of that. It's like the biggest platform. It's like ESPN for us. You know what I'm saying? Over there in the UK, it's a big platform. So MVP, they got a nice deal, and they're working on some stuff with the ladies, and they have a big card coming up. Um, February, no, excuse me, April the 5th, Easter Sunday in the UK. We got this card right here. I like this. Caroline Dubois versus Terry Harper. They had that press conference, their face to face. I like it. Yo, Caroline Dubois looking real confident. You know what I'm saying? Terry Harper that's how she always looks. She always looked a little nervous and stuff. And I think Terry Harper can fight, and I think she will have some type of success. But I think Caroline is going to be too much for her. But we'll see. That's a lightweight unification, WBC, WBO. So this will be an interesting fight. Ellie Scotty versus Maylene Flores. This is undisputed at 122 pounds. Ellie Scotty is nice. She's nice. She might not be a big puncher, but she fight like she is. She fight real mean. She tough. She be bringing that shit too. She had some good performances in 2025. She got hurt. That's the reason why she couldn't fight top of the year. But this is gonna be a good one. And Maylin Flores is short, stocky, and she bringing that smoke. You know what I'm saying? She tough, rugged. She gonna throw a lot of punches. Ellie Scotland should be able to, if she stick to boxing and is picking and choosing when she want to engage, she should win this fight. Chantel Cameron is moving up to 154. You know what I'm saying? Perfect timing because Michaela Mayer gave up her WO title to pursue undisputed at 147. But I would like for that fight. Maybe they didn't want to take that fight against Mayer. I'm not gonna throw that out there, but Chantel Cameron versus Michaela Mayer is a good fight. I would like to see that, but she's jumping up, so she's moving up to 140 to jump to 54. Now I understand the politics behind this for Chantel Cameron. She was the WBC interim champion at 140 for Katie Taylor. Katie Taylor was like, I'm cool. She won a champion recess. And then they ordered, for the vacant WBC, they ordered Chantel Cameron versus Sandy Ryan. Chantel Cameron said no. So I don't know. I mean, if this was the men boxing, we'd be calling Chantel Cameron all types of ducks and shit. But I guess she want to fight 3 minute rounds. That's what she said. So this fight is for 3 minute rounds. So Katie is still holding on to the other three titles. You know what I'm saying? So there's no opportunities at 140. 147 is log jam because 3 belt unified champion Lauren Price is going to face some mandatory Stephanie Aquino. That's coming up in April, and then Michaela Mayer, the WBO champion. So, and they looking to fight for undisputed sometime this year. So she jumped to 54, which might be a good decision for her because Chantel Cameron seems like a solid, like she can carry the weight pretty good. So we'll see. I want to see her versus Michaela Mayer. That'd be dope. Then you got Emma Garcia, IBF champion versus Emma Dolan. Irma versus Emma. The Dolan is a long rangey boxer. You know what I'm saying? She can win this fight. Garcia, I remember her. She fought on Marv Nation. A lot of fights on Marv Nation. She's tough fighter. So that's what it is. Women's boxing though. Salute to women's boxing. Um, Let me see. Terry Washington. He's been looking good. Now he has, bro. Good southpaw, rangy. You know what I'm saying? I like him. Z Pacino, what's good with you, bro? He said that's a tough fight for Ellie, but skills pay the bills. Nah, for real, that is a tough fight. I think, yeah, that's a tough fight, and I think Scotty had to, keep her nastiness in this fight because Flores is gonna test her. He said Carolina Bar got next. She's ready. Now I love her confidence and how she sell the fight. I just like the swag, bro. I like that, and she gonna bring it too. So let's see. I wanted Chantel Cameron versus Holly Holm, but she lost. At 140, yeah, I mean that definitely could have been possible for sure. Holly gonna get back in the mix. She gonna get back in the mix for sure. But yeah, I want to see Chantel Cameron versus Mayer. That would be that fight. That'd be a classic. I ain't gonna lie. That'd be a good fight. I ride with Ellie, Caroline, Chantel, Cameron Tough. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They're gonna add more women's fighters on this card too. This is dope. I like this. Sandy Ryan wanted that fight. Chantel said, "Hell no." Right, she did. O'Shea in the mix too. Yeah, O'Shea. Yep. So maybe they can make that unification. O'Shea got the IBF and IBO. The WBO is vacant, and Michaela got the other two belts. So ooh, yeah. So in May, I expect for O'Shea to fight on Amanda Serrano's card along with Tierra Brown, and she can make a defense, a welcome to MVP fight, MVP, yeah, and then run that shit with, yeah, that'd be dope too. Yeah, I'll take it. I'll take that. That'd be a good fight. O'Shea be getting busy. Um, Harper getting long in the tooth. She looks older. Yeah, man, I ain't really. I don't know. She looked like she had some shape though. She just her confidence look crazy to me. She always looked like she lacked confidence. Like okay, look at the fight. It's like total difference. Like when she know like Alicia Baumgartner fight, her lips was quivering. You know what I'm saying? It was shaking like a mug, right? The Cecilia Breakers fight, the face off. She just looked nervous and timid. But then when she fought, what's the girl name? Hannah Rankin. She was hella confident. She was sice in that bitch. You know what I'm saying? Popping her shit, and she ended up beating her. Sandy Ryan, she was a little bit timid. So that is an indicator that maybe she ain't gonna perform her best in this fight. And then I was listening to what they were saying. Salute to Caroline DeBar. I'm rocking with her. She was like, "You gotta believe." And then Terry Harper was like, basically, you need to get in shape. She was like, it don't matter if you don't believe. That was dope. That was a bar right there. Like all that training you doing, and you know what I'm saying, OF OnlyFans she doing, and she look, you know what I'm saying, she looking good though. She got the best legs in women's boxing. Terry Harper do. I'm talking about just how they looking. Um, the bar was like, that shit don't matter if you don't believe in it. So that was dope. That was a bar right there. So let's see. I want to see if her confidence there. She don't got Steffi Bull. He in jail now. Let's see. And that was her main confidence, having Steffi Bull banging on the damn canvas and cheering everything she did, right or wrong. So I don't know. In fact, she was saying the right shit. The face off Caroline, but the body language was off. Yeah, it was off. You can tell, bro. We looking at that shit like, she don't want this. Yo, Vito is back. Vito just signed with Samson Boxing. He got a hometown fight. Everybody thought, and I thought too, he was gonna sign with Zuffa Boxing, but he pulled out of that. He gonna rock with Samson. He's gonna return April the 11th against Omar Huerta. Homecoming. Yo, Vito got some good rankings. He could be close to a world title at middleweight, and that's a that's a division pretty much wide open. We got old man Lara. It's gonna be tough beating him because Lara just sit back and be a sniper, and he only fight every now and again. I think Yo-Yo is actually the number one guy. To be honest, I think he's the best fighter at middleweight, but he still has to prove it though. That's just me thinking with the eye test. Janabek, we still trying to figure out his. Shoot, it's going on what? 2 months. It's 2 months since he tested positive for a banned substance, and they haven't stripped him yet. Motherfuckers win the belt and don't even get to shine that shit off real good before they get stripped. So I don't know what's going on with that situation. So Vito's in a good spot as far as like the rankings and actually being a name that people want to fight. You know what I'm saying? And he can do some okay numbers in New Jersey. But I didn't like. I thought his performance in Saudi was pretty good. You know what I'm saying? He boxed very well. But the one before that, when he had the hometown fight, with Truck and Jahad Tucker on the undercard. I thought his fight was, I don't know, that shit was on some bullshit. I ain't like it. You know what I'm saying? And they've been feeding us Vito. Damn, we've been getting a heavy dose of Vito all his career. About 6, 7 years. Vito on all these people. Look, Vito is like the last prospect that PBC done built up. That's crazy. They built up Vito, even though he went to top rank. He was known for his work at PBC, so that's what it is. He's still basically PBC affiliated by going back with going with Samson. Um, I want to believe in Vito as a fellow New Jerseyan, but nah, I'm with you. I don't know yet. Nah, I'm with you. I'm with you though. Don't give it all to him yet. Vito don't need Zuba. He got the Italian community and can sell tickets in New Jersey. Yo, let's get it. I need to see Troy Isaac versus Yo Yo. I think Troy better. Man, that's a good fight too. Troy at the crossroads in his career. He a free agent, left top rank. He's not like a viable guy like that. He don't sell. You know what I'm saying? He ain't a big name that a promoter like Eddie Hearn would go fuck with. PBC ain't signing no new fighters like that. So that sounds like some Zuffa Boxer type shit. You know what I'm saying? So let's see. But Troy Isley for sure. And he got some high rankings, but if he don't make a move, he seemed like a guy, if he's inactive over a year, they're just gonna take his rankings because he's not affiliated with a promoter no more. He only got the top WBO ranking. I think he's like top 5 in the WBO. He only got that ranking because he's with Bob. But he ain't with him no more, so they might take that shit. Yes, sir. He said, I feel like Top Rank trying to get Jahad Tucker to fight once he since he won his release. Trying to get Jahad Troy. Okay. Now I'm with that. Yo, that would be a good fight too. Troy and Jahad. I'm with that. But yeah, Top Rank, they don't got no deal, so it's tough. Is Zuffa paying some fighters more? Why would they go over there? I don't know what they paying, to be honest. But I think the main reason to go over there is because one, activity. That's one. And shoot, if you ain't fighting all year, that's better than, let's say they only paying them 75K a fight. If you fight 3 times a year, that's better than fighting one time for 75K. I don't know what Troy making, but I think, being with somebody that has a network deal, that you're gonna stay consistent. I think fighters like that limelight. You know what I'm saying? Because they probably ain't making that money fighting on top ranked undercards on ESPN Plus. So a lot of guys like Troy and the guys that they signed, they kind of just under the radar. Ain't nobody really messing with them. So they seem like easy targets for them. So I don't know. They gotta have some type of money or something coming if they got that 7 billion. I don't know. I don't know how the money working, but I think for guys like this who is like politically on the outside, it might be better to go over there. That's just my thinking. Thing with you was Troy's with you. He looked like he should have power, but doesn't. He looks strong as hell, Troy. Uh, yeah, Troy's solid. He had some up and down performance. Like when he first got with B&B, he looked real good, but then he kind of tailed off. They matched him tough too. You know what I'm saying? Yes, sir. So we'll see. We'll see what Vito does and how they can move him after this. Pro Box, yo, I love Pro Box. They got another card coming up March 13th. Najee Lopez versus Gallegos. Y'all know Gallegos. He beat Kevin Newman. Um, he beat Khalil Cole. He just been around for a long time. Been there with a lot of top guys. Pacheco. So he's gonna face Najee Lopez. Is on the come up. Number 7 in the WBA, undefeated power puncher. Yo, I don't know if he can make a statement because I think he can beat Gallegos, but I want to see Najee Lopez and how they're gonna move him after this. So this is I think Gallegos is a tough, solid guy, but he's more so like on a gatekeeper type of level to me. High level because you're not on your A game, he can beat you. But after this, we need Najee in some top fights, like against some of these up and coming guys, or at least a title eliminator or something like that. at light heavyweight. I like Najee. And then we got one of the Valier brothers. He got to step up in competition. Dominique, he's going to face Eduardo Ramirez, the southpaw, Zerto. Yo, that's a nice step up. I ain't mad at it. Ramirez is faded though. He been stopped a couple of times, but but if you're not on your shit, that could be a tough fight. So yeah, y'all know how pro box get down. Back at it again for sure. Just do boxing was good. He said, "How you feel about fighters going back to the Olympics after being pro? And do you think Zuffer would put somebody in the Olympics?" I don't really like that shit, to be honest. I don't like it when they already been pro and then go back. I mean, I don't mind it if you like, I have my thoughts on this. If you had got like two pro fights and you fought like two 4 rounders and you like, I'm gonna go to the Olympics, that's all right, that's one thing. But like if you already a contender and shit or a champion or something like that, that shit weird going to the Olympics. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. I just wanted to keep the amateur program popping for the U.S. You know what I'm saying? Because we kind of been slacking, even though we got some good guys coming out the amateurs and stuff. But we got to keep that program popping because we ain't won a gold medal in how long? Crazy. And we need, what I'm saying? We used to kill that. Zuffa boxing, maybe. You know what I'm saying? Depending who they sign, if they can groom those guys and kind of they already got them locked down to fight for them when they come out the amateurs. Yeah, I can see that. You know what I'm saying? That's a hell of a push if you got Zuffer behind you and then they kind of like sponsoring your amateur career, stuff like that, and getting you straight. And then you can go to that'd be big for them. If they can sign an Olympic gold medalist or a silver medalist or somebody like that. Yeah, so I can see that, bro, for sure. He said Joe Love, man. Joe Love about to go. He about to go back. Man, that shit is crazy. Joe Law, he was like what 10-0, and he went back. I don't know. That's just to me, it's kind of weird. But look, Joe Law, his pro career hasn't taken off. You know what I'm saying? He been looking like some suspect shit. That fight he had last year, April, against that big dude, the Hulk, shit was crazy. He should have stopped that dude. So maybe that kind of derailed his career, having that amateur mindset. You know what I'm saying? All right. Lewis Crocker versus excuse me. Lewis Crocker versus Liam Paro, the IBF welterweight title. Paro's team, No Limit Boxing, they won the purse bid. They beat out Matchroom, and they ain't fucking around. Like I look, they get criticized for how they move Tim Zoo and how how aggressive their matchmaking is. But I kind of like that shit, bro. It's like now, never, and they'll get your guy. They'll get their guy in the right position. Leo Paro is a former IBF champion, 140. Beat Matisse. You know what I'm saying? We forget about that shit. He beat Matisse in Puerto Rico. You know what I'm saying? Dogged that shit out. And then he lost his title to Hitchens, got all boxed. But after that, Matchroom let him go. He went to No Limit down in Australia, had 2 fights. Welcome to 147 fight. He fought Jonathan Navarro for RGBA, stopped him. And then he fought a title eliminator against David Popov. That was a good fight against David Popov. And then he was about to fight Paddy Donovan for the IBF final eliminator. Paddy Donovan pulled out. He had already won an eliminator, so his team pushed for the mandatory and they got it. So yeah, bro, they won the purse bid. That's fight going down April the 5th. You know what I'm saying? It seemed like a short time frame, right? But I know Crocker been training. Leon Paro was supposed to fight in January. So like they might be, hopefully they'll be in some good shape. So this one going down to Australia. So man, salute to Leon Paro's team. Everybody needs a team that when you mess up or you have a step back, they can put you back in position. That's why I don't be getting mad at these fighters getting opportunities coming off a loss. Us boxing fans be like, how the fuck they get an opportunity? They just got knocked out. Ryan Garcia. He just put up that performance against Rolly, tested positive against Devin Haney. Then he get a WC world title shot. And people are like, oh, he don't deserve it. He don't deserve it. Like I always say, some L does boxing type shit. You deserve what your team get for you, what they negotiate. You know what I'm saying? Your merit in boxing is not what you actually do in the ring. It's how good your team is. This is the business of boxing. It's gonna always be like this. You know what I'm saying? So I look, and I tell people when I post something and say, "Oh, this guy gonna fight that guy," man, he don't deserve it. I'm like, shit. I hope you got a good team like them in your life. You know what I'm saying? I got a good team. When I fuck up, I be messing up too, and I got somebody to put me in place. Like, all right, bro, get back here or get back on the mark. You know what I'm saying? We all have our setbacks. So just to put that in your life. You know what I'm saying? We get so emotional and tangled with this boxing shit, want to criticize the boxers. Think about your life situation. That's just how I look at it. These guys, this is their life to be a boxer and put their life on the line. So if they lose a fight and they get another big opportunity, why are we mad at them in the opportunity? Shit, this ain't no sport. Y'all, we gotta get that out of our mind. If it was a sport, okay, you lose, you take a step back, you fight. If you was number two, they drop you down to like number 7. You fight number 8 or fight number 6 to work your way back up. After you fight 6, keep pushing up. Nah, that shit ain't like that. You know what I'm saying? Or you gotta go on a little win streak to get back in position. It's like for some fighters, it's like that. But for other fighters, it's not like if your team is nice, bro, you can get a setback and be like, yeah, we're gonna get your world title shot next. And that's how shit works. So this is a fight that Paro can win too. You know what I'm saying? Lewis Crocker, we seen him struggle with that southpaw style. I think and Paro can give him some problems too. We seen Donovan give him problems. I think Crocker is a bigger puncher, probably the bigger, stronger guy physically in this fight, but don't rule out Paro. You know what I'm saying? So this is dope though because I like how No Limit got Paro back in position. That shit dope. He said Richard Torres wants Joel Law rematch from the amateurs. So I'm with that. If he can get it, I'm with it. He's definitely in a good position to probably fight for a world title this year. Or at least, yeah. If he beats Sanchez, he gonna be fighting for a world title. You know the IBF don't mess around. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna make Usyk make a decision. If I'm a boxer, I want my team to move like no. Man, I'm telling you, bro. I'm telling you. Exactly, bro. You're here for a good time, not a long time. That's what Franchon would be saying. I'm telling you, man, bro, get in position. They're gonna get Tim Zoo. Tim Zoo gonna fuck around and get the Xander Zayas fight before anybody else. Y'all keep playing. He number 2 in the WBO. Brandon Adams is number 1. Brandon Adams is about to fight the IBF final eliminator against Kevin Ajaku April the 18th. Tim Zoo and his team already got a history with the WBO. Y'all remember they leaned on the WBO to strip Jermell Charlo when he fought Canelo. You know what I'm saying? So Tim Zoo is basically in position to fight to be the mandatory for Xander. I'm telling I fuck with that team. Those fighters that are under are relevant. Boxing is an international sport now for sure. Yeah, that second Crocker that second Crocker fight, Donovan seems unsure of himself. Oh, I thought he edged it out, even with the 2 knockdowns. But yeah, I don't know. That was a tough fight for both, though. I thought he was going to dominate, though, but he didn't. You think Joshua Edwards reaches contender status until no? Nope. He's still gonna be a prospect by the end of 2026. Hoping to see him, the Sean Omari Jones. Yeah, me too. Joshua Edwards is with Golden Boy. They're undecided. They gave him a lot of fights in 2025, but it's looking kind of slim because they got a network deal. But I don't think he's gonna be no contender by the end of 26. Probably by the end of 28, to be honest. Especially after getting dropped. Looking at Bosrek Hitchens, only won by split decision. How? Yeah, yeah. I remember him dominating. Yep, it was a split decision. When Pat Donovan making his comeback, I'm not sure. I'm not even sure. I'm not even sure. I feel like Pat Donovan might be going to 54. This a hunch. This a hunch. Maybe he be if Josh Kelly is allowed to have a voluntary, maybe he do that as a voluntary. I'm not sure, but he seems like he out the mix right now. I'm not sure. So yeah, that's what it is. Matchroom, they agreed to an 8-fight deal with Fox Sports in Australia. Fox Sports is the same deal, is the same network that No Limit has a deal with. So let's see uh, who he has. Terabona got him. He got Justice Hilney. He got Scott Nicholson. He lost Jabba. So let's see what he can come up with to do in Australia. I think he's still working with Cam Bosis, so we'll see. Jabba versus Brandon Glanton, March the 8th. Zuffa boxing. Yo, this is a fun fight, yo. I know, say what you want to say about whatever. Some people are skeptical about Ja signing to Zuffa, because he talking about getting undisputed or unifying, and that seems like unavailable because they ain't really want to work with the sanctioning bodies. I get it. But as far as like this fight, this is a good ass fight. I can't see it being a boring fight. Brandon Glenn is gonna sit right there and try to trade with Jai Bataya. Bataya is vicious. He's a vicious puncher. You know what I'm saying? Determined, vicious puncher. But he can box too. But he be trying to put my man. He's been hurting a lot of shit in 2025. He damn near killed David Aika. He broke that other dude's jaw in June. And he broke my man's neck in December. Like, Java Taya ain't fucking around. And Brandon Glenn get hit a lot. Even though he's strong, tough, and durable, he have a lot of fights where he be like, he starts off slow in fights. You know what I'm saying? I know he lost a fight on Pro Box, and then he lost to Chris Bell Smith. He kind of started off slow, but he get hit a lot. So he got to get that defense right against Jai Bataya. So March the 8th should be a fun fight. Fundora and Thurman. So they had that press conference this week. You know what I'm saying? Um, typical shit. Thurman. This might be the best chance that he can get. Fundora coming off an injury. I know it's been floating around about how Fundora's right bicep look kind of deformed. It did look like that, but this look Keith Thurman is crafty. You know what I'm saying? He's crafty. And if he can stay out of those pockets where he have to exchange with Fundora and get hit with some them uppercuts, those sneaky uppercuts, and some of those left hands, he can have a good opportunity, especially using movement and timing his shots. Thurman is good. Look, Thurman kind of set the blueprint for how some of these boxers fight and win fights. Now, like how Devin Haney win fights. Devin Haney look, that's the thing about Devin. He's hard to beat because he know how to win. He got so much experience. He know how to win these rounds. He can get you 7 rounds and he can cruise. He can have like he did against Norman. He basically dominated the first 6 rounds. After that, he was on cruise control. So it's like he'll get the benefit of the doubt from a lot of those back half rounds because we thinking he already in control. So we like, oh yeah, we get him to win. Yeah, we get him 8-4. But really, that fight got tightened up in the Norman fight, to be honest. Because the only thing Devin was doing was just grabbing and holding, and then occasional jab here and there. He stopped doing work after the 6th round. And Thurman, he kind of on a similar shit, but he don't be holding it. He'll be holding. He'll just get on the bike a little bit. You know what I'm saying? He won plenty of fights where he can win the first 6 or 7 and then just kind of cruise in the back half. I don't think he can cruise on the back half of this fight because Fundora is so long and rangy. While you cruising, he can catch you at the end of one of them shots. It might be crazy. So let's see. 6-6 versus 5-7, 5-8. Thurman got a bunch of experience, but not at 54 and not against this guy. So he gonna have to be on his P's and Q's. And if he's sitting there fighting with Fundora, it might get ugly. Even though Keith is tough and strong and he durable, all these times Keith only been dropped. All these vulnerabilities we see in Keith, He only been dropped one time early in his career, and we know he have vulnerabilities to the body, but nobody never hurt. Well, I can say hurt, but they never stopped him or dropped him and shit like that at the championship level. But Keith is smart. He's like one of the last, one of the last of the OGs out of that 2008 class. So I wouldn't write. Look, I ain't gonna write Keith off though. Keith's smart. The Italian kid, yeah, that's what I'm saying, and the Naika kid in January that he folded up. Man, Jai, he ain't playing. You think Xander will entertain a handy fight? Oh, for sure. I think he will. That might be one of his biggest fights available. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I think. Yeah, I don't know. Well, Devin can't fight in MSG no more, and I don't know if they'll go to the Barclays. If I had to bring that shit to Puerto Rico, you know what I'm saying? If I had to bring to Puerto Rico, you know, based on that situation with Tiger and shit. So that's unfortunate, but yeah, I can see that happening, bro, for sure, definitely. All it takes is one. There we go. Yo, let's get it. I think he gonna box and try to set Fundora up and catch him. You know what I'm saying, when he's off balance. But Fundora is kind of like in his prime right now with that jab. He been using his distance, and then he'll take his time to kind of break you down. So it's gonna be tough. But Thurman can catch him for sure. Do you like Haney and Shakur fight? Yeah, it's a big fight. Two big names. A lot of skills gonna be on the display. I don't think it'll be boring as a lot of people think. You know, but I think that's gonna be a high level chess match. You know what I'm saying? I think for me, I feel like Devin will have to be the aggressor in that fight, but it's probably gonna be Shakur, like Shakur was last. See, Shakur does something that trick everybody, and I think I got it figured out. This some shit Sweet Pea used to do. Go back and watch some of his fights if you're interested. But with all the skills and defense that he'll give the impression like he's been an aggressive fighter, and he'll come forward and stay right there in the pocket. But he really just want to play defense because he's confident in his defense. You know what I'm saying? He's confident that he can make you miss and make you pay. So look, the closer he is to you, being a good counterpuncher, that's better for him. So he can sit right there and walk forward because he trusts his defense. You know what I'm saying? So I don't think nobody gonna outbox Shakur. So that means Devin gonna have to be the aggressor and let his hands go. You know what I'm saying? Be content with letting his hands go. Because Devin will only throw a couple of shots, then grab and hold on that German weed shit. We've been honest. He got skills and stuff, know how to win rounds, but will he be aggressive in that fight and let his hands go more? And the more he let his hands go, the more he gonna get caught with some shit. So that's gonna be a tough fight. I want to see it because it's two of the top names, two of the top guys in boxing undefeated. Want to see Thurman become two-time, and that'd be dope. Shout out to the 2008 class. I think Shakur should go to 147 and steal the Pacquiao fight from Devin. Shit, I don't, man. You know what? That sounds good in theory, and I don't think Devin even got that fight, to be honest. But I see he called him out. But that Pacquiao fight, if it ain't a certain price tag on that fight, he ain't taking it. I don't think he gonna take that Shakur fight at this stage of his career, or the Haney fight. Maybe Haney more than Shakur, but then again, I don't know. Both guys is pretty much on the same level, far as like A side shit. If we really being honest, I don't know. I don't see Pacquiao taking them fights though, but maybe I'm wrong. Nasty work. I don't know. Most likely outcome for Fundora beating Keith. But I'm riding with Keith till the wheels fall off. One time, KOs for life. Winston Lee, what's good with you? I like Keith Thurman. I like him too. All right, so Zuffa is going to be working with uh, Fury to get his undercard. You know, Fury come back April the 11th against Arslanbek Mahmudov. and it's gonna be on Netflix. So it look like Zuffa is gonna be a part of that. I guess providing some content for them or doing the production or some shit. I don't know what they're actually doing, but and they haven't even announced the venue, so we'll see. Um, I don't know. Tyson Fury, I ain't really going crazy over him coming back. It is what it is. Just getting another payday, I guess. You know what I'm saying? He did have two close fights with Usyk, so I don't think he washed by any means. But you know how Fury is. He's so unpredictable. Nobody knows. And then finally, they finally got a deal for this fight. Um, Callum Smith versus Dave Morrell, and this shit been like ongoing for a minute. It's for the WBO interim title, light heavyweight. So it looked like it's gonna go to the UK. And it'd probably be one of them dates that they was trying to do for Lewis Crocker, either the 18th of April or the 15th or the 25th. So we'll see. It's a fun fight. I like this because these are the next two guys up in the light heavyweight division. You know what I'm saying? You got Bivol, Benavidez, Beterbiev, and then these two, Callum Smith or Dave Morrell. Dave Morrell is coming off a 2025 was tough for him. I thought he should be 0-2. And we've been honest. Benavidez beat him in February. I thought Katayev got him too in July. The knockdown was the difference for me, but they saw it differently. When I seen that, I was like, yeah, they got something for Morrell for sure. And Callum Smith had one fight last year, a big, good fight against Boaxi. That's like a fight of the year contender, but that's it. And we ain't really heard much from him. This is a good fight, yo. This is a real good fight. Callum Smith, he's kind of like a catch and shoot guy with the left hook, good power, you know. Um, And then Morrell, he athletic, got power in both hands. Haven't really showed that power at 175. He got a new coach now. He with Ismail Salas, left running Shields. I think Callum Smith is still with Buddy McGirt. So this is a good fight, man. I want to see this. I've been waiting for this fight for a minute too. So that's what it is, man. We got some more time though to talk boxing. Salute to everybody coming through the building. A lot of good stuff. Did you see Jared Anderson training with Boots? And I think that's an old video. I did see that. He's in Detroit. He at the Crook Gym, from my understanding. But yeah, and put him on that. Yeah, I'm with that. Put him on the Fury card. Yo, honestly, I want to see. I said this to somebody I forgot, but I was like, yo, I want to see him get the Fabio Worley fight. You know what I'm saying? If he's committed and he's dedicated to boxing, put him in the mix. He still got the skill set. He just got to stop pulling straight back with his hands down. That's it. But yeah, I think that boost shit is old. I think that's old. People be recycling old ass clips and shit and make it look like it's new. The best Fury was him versus Usyk in the first fight. This wasn't quite good enough. Now for sure. He was straight. And then it's like he was. I thought he won that fight, yo. I scored a 114, 113 for Fury, the first fight. Yeah, I remember. Because even after the knockdown or the quote unquote the knockdown, he finished kind of strong in that fight. And so yeah, I'm with you on that, bro. My man said, but I'm with you for sure. You think and man, look, I threw it out there on my ex. I was like, shit. Do he leave Bozy now? Oh man, that's a good question because the Cubans they be bouncing around trainer to trainer, and when you lose, just in boxing, we know this. When a fighter loses their first fight, who always get the blame? The trainer. The trainer gets the blame, and he's close friends with all Dave Morrell and all these other guys. Look, Dave Morrell changed trainers. You know what I'm saying? Tellus, they both left running Shields. I don't know what the actual issue was, but they left. It wouldn't be. It would be. You know what I'm saying? Past the imagination for Andy Cruz to leave Bozy and go over there and mess with Ismail Salas or somebody else. I can see that. I can see that shit because they always gotta blame somebody for their loss. They always do. They never say, you know what, bro, that's me. That's me. Yeah, I ain't listen. I ain't listen to Bozeman. Nope. They ain't gonna do that. They gonna fire, but that's what normally happens. They fire the trainer and they move on. You know what I'm saying? Like Derek James, he got fired by Frank Martin. It wasn't like I mean, up until he got stopped against Tank, he was doing okay in that fight, but then he was kind of, you know, worrisome about the power and came back to get him. He fired him, got with Bud McGirt. Like they like the same, you know, it's like the same level of trainer. You just I don't know. You know what I'm saying? So y'all know how this boxing shit works. So I can see that happening for sure. I threw that out there too. He said, "Yo, Jared Anderson looking for his next opportunity, man. I want to see him get back. If he's motivated, I want to see him get back." Fury was dominated both Fury fights to me. He said dominated. Dominated what? What's your definition of dominated? Like 10 rounds to 2? That's dominated to me. I thought both of those fights was close, but I thought the second fight Usyk won more clear to me. I had Fury 2 in that first fight. Was happy as hell when Usyk got. Yeah, I was too. I ain't gonna lie, I was. Like I be like honestly, I score my fights. Like I don't be biased in my shit, even though I be like, man, I don't like this motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? Like you know, when you score in fights, we tend to give it to the guy we don't like. If I don't mess with him, I'm gonna give it to the other guy. So I try to keep the integrity and shit because you know I want to make sure I put out some good shit. In your eyes, who is a tougher fight? Um, Tougher fight, Gary or Hitchens? For who? I would say Gary. Well, that's an interesting question, bro. Because both of them are tough in their own right. But I would say Gary because Gary is a little bit unpredictable. You know what I'm saying? Gary got power and he got good footwork. He can cut the ring off and get up other shots. He got a nice right hook. So you gotta be leery or exchanging with him. I would say Gary. Hitches, you know what you're gonna get, but it's hard to stop. You know you're gonna get a jab, straight right hand, jab. He can go to the body occasionally. You know, he proved that in the Cambosos fight, but he normally just a 1-2 guy, you know, keeping you stabilized with the jab and stuff like that. So I pick Gary. Andy still fights in the amateur style. His power is lacking. I'm with you. I agree with you, bro. I agree. And Boza was giving him the right advice. Bozy got him back in that fight if you listen to it, because more time like he was about to run away with that, but he told him, "Bro, you gotta, you know what he said? He was like, you gotta keep it in the center of the ring, and you gotta you gotta make sure you steal the playback from him." And then Andy started doing well, but then you know who you favor, Frank Martin or Wu Albright? I like Frank Martin in that fight, but it's not gonna be easy because Albright is real crafty. He's smart. He's tough, strong, always in shape. He got the experience fighting those other top guys. But I think the way Frank Martin, how sharp he was against Rancis, forget about the opponent. Look how sharp he was. If he bring that to the game, that's gonna be a tough fight for Wu. I think, but it's gonna be tricky because Wu's seen that style. Man, look, I can say that's like a 6-4 type of fight. Frank Martin. I think it's gonna be competitive. He said, "No, I mean, whose opposition is tougher?" Oh, okay, okay. Oh, okay. Another good question too. I like that. Uh, I'm gonna say Hirako because a little bit of the unknown now. We only seen a little bit of him. He got power. He got some solid footwork, decent skills. The Duarte, he kind of you know what you're gonna get from him. You know what I'm saying? Even though he's tough and strong, but if you pretty much use the ring and box, you know you can beat him. You know what I'm saying? And you can sit there with him a little bit if you believe in your chin or not. Like the Duarte is kind of one dimensional. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna go with Hirako. But I would give Hitchens credit for Duarte because he's actually on a nice little run right now. But if you move and box and the style that Hitchens got, he should be able to beat Duarte. But again, it's a lot of ways to look at this. I'm gonna say Hirako. That's my answer. But Duarte, his style gave Hitchens his toughest fight. The Lemos fight gave Hitchens that was Hitchens' toughest fight, right? Duarte is stronger and a bigger puncher at 140 than Lemos, and he got Robert Garcia. So I would say Hirako style wise, but it could be Duarte with those other factors, though. You feel what I'm saying? So yeah, that's a good question. I like that. Yo, yeah, what's your philosophy on scoring around? We know the four criteria, but what's your method? I score 1 minute at a time. Best. Well, I'm with that too. Oh, I score like who I feel is in control. Who got the more who got the better punches. Like you know what I'm saying. I also pay attention to body shots and the inside work. Like okay, for example, yesterday. It was a lot of rough stuff happening in the Figueroa and Ball fight. But if you notice, Figueroa had a free hand and he was working. He was working more. So when I look at the overall round, Nick Ball may land a flashy uppercut or a crisp hard jab, but it's like few and far between. I give Figueroa more credit for the working down the inside because he was working on the free hand, and those body shots add up. So I like the activity, and I like if the punches is actually making an effect on the opponent, even if it's touching them or if he's in control of the fight. And that's how I kind of score. I like the defense aspect of it too, but I don't get leery by the crowd and somebody. Oh, he let a big shot, and that's it. That's one shot. Like okay, I'm gonna go back to the Bachman and Kelly fight. I thought Bachman won round 12 because Kelly he spin Bachman and that's in that sequence and he threw like a 6-7 punch combination, but he only landed one shot. That don't win the round for me. So yeah, it's a lot of criteria though. I use my own thing, my own judgment. I feel like like people. I put my scorecard. People like, bro, that scorecard is what I like. Bro, I trust my knowledge over anybody. So yeah, I've been getting some good scorecards too. So yeah, bro, I like the I pay attention to the body work. I like the inside shit and who I feel like is in control in that round. Cause you're right though. It's some like early in the rounds, a guy probably can win the first minute. You know what I'm saying? 2 hours. I like that. I like that concept though. Best 2 hour 3 minutes. I'm with that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So you on the right path though, bro. Scoring like that because a lot of rounds it can be close, but you can what I'm saying. Some guy may did better the first a minute and 45 seconds, and the other guy did the rest. But I have to give it to the guy the first minute 45. You feel me? So yeah, I'm on with you. Um, Harako has to be in the mix, right? Yeah, he's fighting Antoine. He's a WBA mandatory. Yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna write him off because I seen Antoine have some issues with a southpaw that was punching with him in playoff. But I like Antoine in that fight. He said breakdown, bro. I appreciate you, yo. My man with a super chat, super sticker. I appreciate that, Simple. I appreciate it, bro. Yeah, I'll say this, bro. We've been watching boxing for a long ass time, and people was like, because yesterday I had 50 up. Man, let me go back to my damn ex. I was scoring the shit live, so that's what I like to do too. I like to score the fight live. Now I will say this: like when I watch a fight and I feel like it's one sided, after the fourth round, I stop. I still score, but I stop posting it. Like last week with Shakur and Teofimo, I ain't gonna lie, bro. I just put my shit down. I like, I ain't don't need to score this fight because this dude is dominating. But I like to post my round by round score because if anybody got a question, I'm like, shit, I'm paying attention. And I rarely go back and score fights because I'm in the right frame of mind when I'm scoring it the first time. You feel what I'm trying to say? I just be like, shit, because people will try to come and say, man, you ain't what fight you watching, man? I don't care what y'all talking about. My shit be on point. You know what I'm saying? I stand too without, you know what I'm saying? Oh, let me see. I'm gonna go back to it real quick. Let me share this screen. 'Cause I don't be caring what nobody be saying. I feel like I'm at the point, bro. I'm verified in these streets, so I don't care what nobody talking about. You know what I'm saying? I be knowing shit. I be on that shit. So if somebody say whatever, it's all good. I'm respectfully disagreeing. Do my own shit. How do you think Ball's chin would be? Man, that's a good question, bro. Who knows? I don't know if it was the weight cut or maybe he got overzealous with the matchmaking. I don't know, bro. I don't know. That's a tough question to answer. Did you the Zelda score? I didn't do it. Let me see. I didn't score. I didn't post it, but I had Xander winning though, 8-4. Said that you start scoring Xander. I had a winner. Yes, sir. I'm surprised B Fig was up on the scorecards only because of the UK. Yeah, yeah. Facts. Defense range error shifts are controls. Not always landing punches, but the control. Yeah, the timing around. Nah, for sure, bro. For sure. A lot of people give you credit. They give fighters give them credit for like landing a fast combination at the end of the round. I'm like, that was 10 seconds. He ain't getting that round. Good try though. You know what I'm saying? Most deaf, my G. I trust your boxing opinion as much as I trust anybody. I appreciate that, yo. That's big right there. I appreciate that. Salute on that. So this my joint right here, and I did round by round yesterday. Let me see. Can I make this shit bigger? I don't know. But yeah, I score. Look, I give my little reasons too. I don't really try to go too long on this because I've been trying to get back to the fight. But look, I thought the first round was close. I thought Figgy edged it. But I gave Dick Ball props. He landed a nice right uppercut in that round too. But I feel like Figgy did more of the work. And I thought he won more of the seconds in that round. You know what I'm saying? Do you see unifications at 126, bro? I hope we do. Now I know Figueroa and Espinoza has the same trainer, Manny Robles, but the other three can unify. What's wrong with Leo versus Figgy, Shushu Figgy, Shushu Lee? I mean, either one of those three. I hope so, bro. What else? What else? What else they gonna do? I think those guys are trying to position themselves and to fight anyway. But what's a better way to get anyway by unifying and say, hey, fight me first when you come up here. So yeah, I think we will. Hopefully, fingers crossed. So yeah, man, I scored that shit. I was consistent with it. So I think when you score your rounds live round by round, and then people like because I had people coming up talking about what did they say like I forgot what they said, but it was basically like, damn, you got Figgy up. Like I think I had Figgy up like 4 rounds to 1. You know what I'm saying? But I even put round 4. That was a good round for both. That shit could have went either way. Swing round, I thought Figgy edged it out. So 4 rounds to 1. You know what I'm saying? Could be 4-2. And then I was talking about man Robles, all that shit. So I was consistent with mine, round by round, round 6, round 7, round 8, 9, 10, 11. You know what I'm saying? Um, so yeah, bro, and I ain't have to score the 12. So I had to score. When I seen the knockdown, I did put 10-8 down, but then I was like, let me see, and then he closed the show. So I had Figgy up 6-5 going into the 12. I had him up. You know what I'm saying? And I gave Ball round 10. You know, so I just stay consistent with my shit. You know what I'm saying? And I don't let nobody throw you off because people try to come on there and be like, bro, man, what you talking about? Because they want to serve fire to win. But, oh, man, that shit don't affect me. I like fighters. I got favorite fighters just like anybody else, but I keep it a buck with this boxing shit. You know what I'm saying? I will do that. That's one thing about me. You can't say anything else. I will keep it a buck. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna just because I like a certain fighter. Like I like Deontay, but I'm not gonna sit here and say I'm confident that he's gonna beat Shazor. After the last three performances I've seen, I ain't gonna lie to y'all, and I'm not gonna go on this bitch and meat hug him either. Hell nah, I'll give that shit 1,000. He don't look the same. He don't got the fire. Now maybe this media tour he just went on got him the fire back because he went at the dude for asking about Fury and whatever. He done, you know what I'm saying? Maybe he back in the mix, but you still have to show me. Frank Warren said during the presser, we usually don't choose voluntary defenses like him. Oh, Figgy was the mandatory though, so he ain't had no choice. Figgy was the mandatory. And of course they don't because you seen when they was giving Nick Ball before this. He had what? How many defenses he had? 3. I like the Sam Goodman fight. I respect that one. But like the Rios and then TJ Doheny, you know what I'm saying? He's supposed to look good. They thought he was soft after they saw the Fulton fight. Nah, yeah, yeah, bro. Salute to Figgy. I gave him his prop. I thought Nick Ball would win a decision based on how Figgy looked his last two, but shoot, he shut me up. I appreciate that. You know what I'm saying? I don't mind giving these fighters their credit when they do what they do because look to me it's all an opinion. That's why I can't be mad at people's opinion. If people mad at mine, I don't care about that shit. If that's how you feel, cool. You know what I'm saying? Who you think Ball's toughest fight since he beat Ford last night? Before last night, Sam Goodman. Sam Goodman gave him a tough fight. You know, Nick Ball dirty though. He dirty as hell. He was dirty in the TJ Doheny fight. He was dirty last night. What's up with Cool Boy? He got to figure out which division he want to campaign in, which one he want to be dedicated to. Uh, yeah, that's the biggest thing right there. Which division he want to be dedicated to? Because he pulled some bullshit. You know what I'm saying? He pulled some bullshit his last fight. You know, and the writing was on the wall because he was talking about walking around 164 and telling Roy and Andre that he cut weight and he don't cut weight the right way. So the writing was on the wall. But once he figured out what division he want to campaign in, he need to get back in there. Hopefully, get a fight or two, whatever. But you know the way that situation is, you know, I'm surprised he got 2 fights last year. So yeah, he can bounce back, but he gotta get dedicated. He should go back to 126. I don't think Fulton can make 126. He proved that he can't make 130. I think 130 might be his division if he's dedicated. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. Do you think we'll ever see Roach versus Shock fight? Oh shit. I don't know. I don't think so right now. They should have fought at 130. You know what I'm saying? They could have unified at 130 when the time was right. Right now, those guys. Well, Roach is in a position where he want to get a big fight. Shock is like still on the outside looking in. Even though he beat Fulton, that don't put him in no step closer to a big fight. That's no guarantee he gonna get the winner between Navarrete and Nunes. You know what I'm saying? It's no it's it don't mean he's gonna get a big fight in lightweight. You know what I'm saying? Unless he go fight Abdullah Mason. The other guys ain't gonna give him an opportunity. They playing the game. He playing the game. He not gonna give Ford an opportunity. Shakur not gonna give him an opportunity. Roach ain't gonna give him. You know what I'm saying? They play this little game. That's how boxing is. Boxing been like that for the longest time. So I'm gonna say right now, no. What about Shakur one of that W one of that 140 interim title? Um, I don't know if he want the title per se. They want to fight the fighter that's gonna bring like a big, to make it a big fight. So I know he mentioned that he'll want to fight Pitbull because of the he'll bring in a certain amount of fan base. The Mexicans will go crazy for him, and then he got a certain casual fan base. Not so much the interim belt. So yeah, you can take your hand off your face. I think that was kind of like a you know what I'm saying, misconception or kind of a false narrative. Want to fight for an interim belt. I think more so fighting Pitbull because the status Pitbull has in the game right now. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, he said WC. Yeah, nah, I don't think so, bro. Frank Martin versus Keyshawn. Oh, I like that. They gotta be doing something at 140 because it look like Ring is invested at 140. Because look at the undercard of Ryan and Barrios. You know what I'm saying? You got Hitchens defending his IBF against Duarte. Russell defending his WBA against Harako, mandatory. And then you have Nair Albright and Frank Martin. Frank Martin is ranked in the top 15 in the WBA. He's not ranked in the IBF yet. So hopefully that leads to something. Frank and Keyshawn, I want that fight too, bro, for sure. You think we see Gary Russell? That's funny, bro. I hope so. He did look good. He played with his food, but he looked good though. He was fast and sharp. So yeah, I hope we see him again, bro. I think we will. Hopefully, hopefully. I'm just saying he can go after the real belts, but he choose Pitbull. That's a step back. It's not a step back far as like money though. If you listen to what he said he trying to get the biggest fight. You know what I'm saying? It's not really so much about fighting for an interim title or the big belt, whatever. The biggest fight. And if you look at it, if we've been honest, Pitbull is probably the biggest fight at 140 for him. It's not the best fight. It's not probably the most competitive fight. It's probably not the most hardest fight, but it's probably the biggest fight, money wise. You know what I'm saying? So if you really pay attention to what the fighters be saying, you can have a better output input on this shit because he said he want the biggest fight. He didn't say he want to fight. He didn't say Antoine name. He didn't say Hitchens name. You know what I'm saying? If he said Dawson, he ain't making me known. He said Pitbull because he bring a casual fan base and the Mexican fans, the green print. So yeah, I want to get to you know. Look, it's never a step back when you get a big bag. It's never a step back. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. We'll see. I want like trip off that, especially how the WBC just did him. Um, man, people might drop down the lightweight and fight for the vacant WBA. I mean WBC. You know what I'm saying? I don't really take that so much. It's like I hear what you said though, but it's like, bro, is it you think it's realistic now to fight for a WBC interim title or fight Pitbull Cruz at 140 with the WBC not really messing with Shakur no more? You know what I'm saying? Or even Dalton Smith. I don't think it's more so about that. It's probably the biggest fight. That's what he said. So I'm gonna roll with that. You think Tio returns at 47? Lopez versus Norman is a solid rumble. Um, yeah, I think he will. Let's see how if he clean up his team and whatever. But it's tough for Teofimo now. I don't think it's gonna be an easy comeback as people think. And I don't know about the Norman fight because I don't know. This is my perspective. He really don't have the back in the top rank no more, from my opinion. He said there are bigger bags with competition. I don't know. I don't know the value of a Russell fight or a Hitchens fight. You know what I'm saying? I don't know that value, but you know that you can do a Pitbull Cruise in Las Vegas, and you know the message is gonna come out. So we know that, and we know Pitbull already did a pay per view. He kind of like been a little budding star since the Tank fight, so you pretty much know, but you don't know if you're gonna sell out with Hitchens or Antoine. We don't really know that, and we don't know if those markets like You know what I'm saying? It's really going to generate that bread. So if you fight Antoine and the Barclays, would that sell out? More. I mean, maybe. I don't know, but guarantee it's going to do well in the box office with Pitbull because you got two different fan bases coming to the table. So, he said they're bigger bags with better I mean that is true in certain instances, but who's going to pay for it? Who's going to, you know what I'm saying? Let's see. I think the Pitbull Cruz fight is the bigger fight, though. It may not be the best fight for him, but it's the bigger. Um, so going back to Tio, he don't have the luxury of Top Rank with their network deal to go back and kind of resurrect his career like he did coming off the Cambosis loss. It's a different type of structure now. You know what I'm saying? They could did because he could go to 47 and fight somebody that's more so his style, have a couple of fights, and then challenge for a world title. But I don't know who's gonna. And he's not. Look, he's not a big name either. I mean, he's a big name, but he's not like a big draw and all that shit. You know what I'm saying? And I don't know how it's gonna be tough. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be tough to see how they're gonna move his career. Can he get big fights with his name? Of course. But if he fight with Turkey and Riyadh Season and shit like that and Rain Magazine, they're gonna put him in with the toughest guy. They're gonna try to put him in with like Devin Haney or one of those guys. But yeah, we'll see. I think he is too. I think he is too. The blueprint is out on this dude. It's been out, but it's even more. He might not even be the same fighter no more. Even though he really take a lot of punishment. He got cut and all that shit. His face was kind of bruised up. But it's more so mentally with him. So I don't know. I don't know. I can't say he gonna go up to 47 and beat one of the champions now. I'm just keeping it a book. Cause he is small for 1 foot to me. Like, I don't know. He said mental. Yeah, I don't know where he at mentally. He gotta make a decision. He gotta take a look at his trainer though. I ain't gonna lie. His pops. I know he been doing this shit all his life and shit, and I guess it's acceptable, but he ain't gonna win no big fights with that guy no more. That's why, like, sometimes when people talk about the resumes and all that shit, sometimes that shit don't really make no sense. Oh, should rematch Cambosis? That's not a bad idea, to be honest. I don't know if Cambosis where he at with his weight class or what he want to do, but that's actually not a bad idea. He might have to go to Australia for that. Since Eddie Hearn is got an 8 fight deal with Fox Sports, that's actually not a bad idea to get. And it got storyline and yeah, Cambosis is diminished right now. So yeah, I'm with that idea. That's cool. That's a good idea. I'm not. Yeah, that makes sense. I think that fight, to be honest, that's an Australia fight. It might do good in Australia because I don't think it has a market over here. I mean, I'm just keeping it a buck. I don't think nobody want that fight on that undercard right now. And Eddie got that 8 fight deal. Eddie'll take that fight and he can build it up. But we'll see. A lot of questions to be answered. So yeah, salute to everybody coming through the building. I appreciate the time. So this week we'll be back. We got a couple of shows on deck. The new IBF rankings should be out this week. We're gonna cover those. We'll do a live on that. We got the pre-gaming show just covering the upcoming fight week. We got Zuffa boxing. What else we got? We got some other shit. Um, let me see. I know we got Zuffa boxing on Sunday, next Sunday. Um, I don't think it's nothing real crazy. Salida promotions coming up on the 10th. Uh, let me see. Nothing really too crazy. For sure. Yeah, not really crazy next weekend, but we're gonna cover it. We got Nishida versus Mikado. That's a good fight. I want to tap on that. And then the following week we got Barrios versus Garcia. We're looking forward to that. We got Lee Wood and Josh Warrington. That should be fun too. So yeah, man, you know, we grinding it out for the month of February. We're definitely gonna cover everything. We're gonna tap in with the news and notes. So yes, sir. Salute to everybody coming through the building. I appreciate the time. Make sure you hit that like button on the way out the door, and I'm out.